وقال ربكم ودعونا نستجب لكم آمين يا الله يا رب العالمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. الحمد لله.
Which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is thy kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Magandang hapon, Pilipinas! Hello, global engineers! Isang mainit na pagbate or malamig na pagbate because it's actually cold here and the climate is different sa Soxargen region. But anyway, isang mainit na pagbati po to our audiences coming from the Philippines. A beautiful Saturday morning to our attendees from the Middle East and a good day to all of our guests coming from the different parts of the world. We welcome all of you to the oath-taking and turnover ceremony of the 2021 IECEP National Officers and Board of Directors. My name is Engineer Tanya Osorio, and I am honored to be your host for today's induction rites. So this is truly a momentous and a pivotal occasion worthy of celebration as we will witness our elected officials being sworn into office. And then later on, we shall also bear witness to the symbolic turnover of responsibilities from our outgoing president to the incoming ISEP national president. Ayan. So all of those, we are gonna look forward to it. But before we get on with the rest of our program, let's do a quick audio video sweep. May I request our attendees, our audiences, to type in our chat pane, in our chat box. Let's do hashtag ISEP 2021 if the audio and video reception is acceptable. Ayan, all right, perfect. Thank you so much. ISEP, hashtag ISEP 2021. And of course, our battle cry since last year, we are one ISEP. And of course, mabuhay ISEP. Ayan, thank you so much for the confirmation. All right, so looks like everything is good. I'm sure everyone is excited now to formally open the ceremony and deliver the welcome remarks. Let us give a virtual applause to our incoming Vice President for Education, Engineer Joseph Carl G. Salva. Sir?
Okay. Thank you. Good, Tanya. Honorable Undersecretary Alan A. Silor of the Department of Information and Communications Technology, the Board of Electronics Engineering, headed by Honorable Anar L. Ditalia, former presidents and officers of ICEP Incorporated, officers of ICEP Foundation, fellow ICEP officers headed by our beautiful and energetic colleague, Dr. Michelle D. Lawas, chapter officers, both local and abroad, headed by the respective governors, colleagues in the electronics engineering profession, other guests, friends, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to all. We are very delighted to have you with us this afternoon to participate and share in the oath-taking ceremony of this year's ICEP Incorporated's new set of officers and directors. Thank you for joining. That in spite of the difficulties of the time brought about by COVID pandemic, you still are able to spare a bit of your time to be virtually with us. This will always be a reminder of this year's ICEP officers. How important are the tasks entrusted to us? Your presence provides some sort of encouragement that no matter what, we officers of ICEP shall continue to be united in all our endeavors for the good of the ECE profession. Your presence is not only about witnessing the ceremony, but created a scenario, the importance of unity, thus provided the assurance that all of us can work together for the good of ICEP and its membership. This ceremony is not only for the new set of officers, but for all of us who shares the same vision that one day ICEP will be a model organization. As we continue witnessing the ceremony, may I suggest that for every part of it, each one of us will do some sort of silent reflection, trying to figure out how best we can share our time, effort, and expertise, even in little things that will make ICEP a better organization, a venue where ECE professionals can always rely on in terms of its technical needs and professional advancement, so they will be able to offer excellent services to their clients and in their respective workplace. With this, and in behalf of this year's ICEP officers and board of directors, I welcome you all to this afternoon's oath-taking ceremony. Again, good afternoon to all, and thank you for joining us. Guptanya?
Maraming salamat po, Engineer Salva. All right, so at this point, we would like to acknowledge the presence of our distinguished guests and very important personnel. Of course, we would like to welcome the presence of our very supportive Board of Electronics Engineering, headed by the Chairman, Honorable Alnar Detalia, and of course, the two members, Honorable Engineer Herminio Orbe and Honorable Engineer Enrico Claro del Moro. Also, we are graced by the presence of ICEP's Advisory Council, which of course composed of former ICEP presidents. So we welcome the presence of the 2015 President, ICEP National President, Engineer Luis T. Lina. Also, our 2013 ICEP National President, Engineer Melvin C. Acosta. Syempre, makakalimutan ba natin? The 2009 former president as well, Engineer Romulo R. Agatep. We also have our two empowered women, the 2017 ISOP National President, Engineer Rosela S.J. Reyes, and of course, the 2014 ISOP National President, Engineer May Rose C. Imperial. Of course, we are also joined by our 2016 President Engineer Jose Carlos P. Reyes, and finally, our 2010 to 2011 ISOP National President, Engineer Ornan S. Vicente. So maraming salamat po to our advisory council composed, of course, of our former ISEP presidents. Also, we would like to welcome and we thank the presence of the former governors and chapter founding governors, local man po or foreign chapter. So maraming salamat po for joining us as we witness the induction rites later on. We are also thankful for the presence of the very supportive governors. We are 45 strong, the chapter governors and the chapter officers. And syempre, we have invited the standing and special committee chairman and their members as well to join us and witness the induction ceremony. And finally, of course, our distinguished, our esteemed, and very important guest for this afternoon, no less than the Undersecretary for Resilient Government Emergency Communications of the Department of Information and Communications Technology, no less than the Honorable Undersecretary Alan A. Silor, PECE. So maraming salamat po for taking the time, for sparing your time to witness as our incoming officers take their solemn oath of office. And anyway, for the information of everybody, our event this afternoon is being recorded on video and we are also streaming live on Facebook as we speak. So ayan po, nasa Facebook po tayo. Hello po sa ating viewers on Facebook who are tuned in on Facebook right now. Okay, so anyway, let's not lengthen this any longer. Let us proceed to the most important, the reason why we are doing this specific event, which is of course the induction ceremony. So at this juncture, may I request our attendees and our viewers on Facebook, let us give our utmost respect and undivided attention as we will be witnessing the formal induction and installation of our ICEP officials. Now, of course, to ensure the seamless conduct of the induction and charging, we are requesting our national officers and BoDs to turn on your cameras to be recognized accordingly. Ayan po. So yun po yung special request. All right. So anyway, let me now turn you over to the Nominations Committee Chairman for 2020 and the 2013 ISEP National President for the presentation of our ISEP National Officers and BoDs. Let us give a virtual welcome to Engineer Melvin C. Acosta. Go ahead, sir.
As I call the officers from director up to the president, is it possible to do the spotlight to them?
Yes, sir. No problem.
Okay. So may I call on engineer? I am privileged to introduce the 2021 officers, and I'll give you some of their professional and personal background. May I call on engineer Chris Andrew B. Trinidad as one of the directors. Okay. Is there a spotlight for him or what?
He's on spotlight na po, sir.
Ganun. Ba't di ko nakita sa... Okay. Engineer Chris Trinidad based in Singapore since 2006 with more than 19 years of experience focused on proposal, engineering management of communication and security systems for railway and oil and gas industry. He has been the Vice Governor External of Singapore Chapter 2017 to 20 and subsequently Governor in 2018-2019. He graduated from Pamantasan ng Luzon ng Manila in year 2000. Chris and his wife are currently permanent residents of Singapore and the first national officer of IECEP who was incumbently serving a foreign chapter during the elections last year. Engineer Chris, thanks so much. Then, I call the Engineer Lyle Anthony Joel G. Villas, Director. Engineer Villas is a professional electronics engineer, a data protection officer, and the current head of the Information and Communications Technology ICT Division of Geodata Systems Technologies, a geographic information systems company in Pasig City. He owns Galville Tech Engineering Consultancy based in Angono, Rizal. He has 14 years of experience in various fields of electronics engineering. Lyle is a graduate of Technological Institute of the Philippines in 2006. He is an ASEAN Chartered Professional Engineer, a Filipino ASEAN Chartered Engineer, a certified COBIT professional, Microsoft Certified Trainer, and a holder of various Microsoft certification. He is also a founding officer and vice governor for External from 2018 to 2019 and former governor for year 2020 of the Institute of Electronics Engineers of the Philippines Rizal chapter. Thank you, Lyle. Engineer Jovita Vichonco, Director. Engineer Jovita Vichonco is the Acting Regional Director of NTC Region 1 in La Union. She has more than 30 years in service in different positions at the NTC in different departments ranging from Chief of the Corporate Planning to Industry Planning. Her first item there was Engineer 2 at the Broadcast Service Division, and subsequently different special committees were assigned to her, including Radio Operators Examination Committee, Southeast Asian Games Task Force, and the Gender and Development as TW Chairperson. She was also part of the crafting of the selection of the third telco major player and headed its secretariat during the selection process. Joby is a University of Santo Tomas graduate and earned a master's degree in business administration from Philippine Women's University. Her IECEP journey spans to more than 9 years, serving different positions at IECEP QC chapter and at the IECEP National from 2018 to current. Okay. May I call on Engineer Anthony M. Live. Okay. Engineer Anthony Live is the founding officer of IECEP KSA Saudi Arabia Eastern Region, the first foreign-based chapter of IECEP. He was the chapter governor in 2010 of IECEP KSA and president chairperson of Philippine Professional Organizations of Saudi Arabia. In 2019 to 2020, he was member of the board of directors of IECEP Cebu chapter. He is a product of Cebu Institute of Technology. He has 15 years of combined experience in instrumentation and control system, detailed engineering design, project commissioning, operation and maintenance of oil, gas, and petrochemicals, pharmaceutical and building automation, and auxiliary system structure, engineering design, operations, and maintenance. He is a married and a proud father of one child. Okay. Engineer Benz Gerard M. Sevilla as treasurer. Engineer Benz Gerard Sevilla completed his degree from Ateneo de Manila University in 2014 with a minor in philosophy studies. Jigs, as he is fondly called, is affiliated with the government, currently in the DICT and formerly with the Department of Science and Technology. He has been involved in digital TV migration, the national ICT ecosystem framework, new major telecommunications player, and the Syrian government emergency communication. Jig joins IECEP as a student in 2009 and became an officer of the Quezon City chapter in 2014 and is presently serving his second year in the national board after being elected in 2020. May I call on Dr. Lorilisa Di Bulayo, Secretary General. Dr. Bulayog, Lori Bulayog, is an active member of ISEP for more than 20 years. She served as chapter governor in 2010 and national secretary general for 2 consecutive years, 2011 to 2012. In 2004, she was awarded Most Outstanding ECE during the 54th ISEP National Convention. Lori, as is fondly called, is a research fellow at the University of Surrey, England, and former dean of the College of Engineering and Architecture of the University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines. She's in the academy for almost 25 years, teaching wireless communication system and electronic system design. She had industry experience in telecommunication prior to teaching. She is a proud mother of 3 children and 2 grandchildren. Okay. Engineer Joseph G. Salva, VP Education. Engineer Joseph Salva has a Master's of Science in Physics and Master's of Engineering in Electronics and Communications Engineering. A PCE is also a same chartered professional engineer. He is an associate professor and the chair of the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, University of San Carlos, Cebu City. He also is the vice president for the education of the Philippine Society for Engineering Education. His field of interest includes mathematical modeling, signal processing, and control system. He is a consultant and designer of electronics building auxiliary system. Okay, thank you, Carl. My call on Engineer Orichley F. Uy, VP External. Engineer Ulrich Lee Uy is a PCE with more than 50 years of extensive experience in management and supervision of various information and communication systems. He is a graduate of Masters of Science degree in Information Technology from Carnegie Mellon University in Australia, practicing ICT management, consultancy, and advisory for international aid and development organizations. Ulrich is currently connected with the University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines, having been designated as Project Management Specialist for the Digital Transformation Office. For ISEP, he served in many capacities in the local chapter of North Mindanao, before assuming the Vice President position for ISEP National in 2019. He is also currently holding over as a president of ISEP Foundation. He is happily married and very proud father of 2 wonderful younglings, boy and a girl. Okay. May I call on Engineer Jesse Ong De Toro Jr., VP External. Engineer Jesse De Toro is one of the 8 pioneers electronics Filipino ASEAN chartered professional engineer and registered ASEAN engineer in the ASEAN Engineering Registry, and one of the pioneers professional electronics engineer from Northern Mindanao. Jess is the recipient of Outstanding Electronics Engineer in the field of electronics in 2012. He has more than 20 years of experience in the field of electronics, control, and instrumentation. He is the forefront in executing and with utmost dedication numerous installation, commissioning, and maintenance work in major industries throughout the country and abroad. And thus it becomes a catalyst in professionalizing IECEP. Okay, I maybe call on the most important person right now for the organization, Dr. Michelle Dahuya Lawas, our current president. Dr. Lawas, Michelle Lawas, is currently the Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs of Mindanao State University at General Santos City. She has a doctorate degree in robotics from MSU, Iligan Institute of Technology, and Masters of Engineering and bachelor's degree in electronics from University of Southeastern Philippines in Davao City. Michelle, as she is fondly called, has written various technical papers published in prestigious international journals and attended a number of international conferences abroad. Her specialization includes mechatronics, robotics, building management system, telecommunication system, information technology, and design, many more. She has been consultant to various government and private entity projects. She has also held various positions both in the academic circle and regional coordinator of National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council. Prior to being a national officer of IECEP in 2019, she was the governor of IECEP Surgeon and has been a very active resources speaker in IECEP. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the new set of officers for IECEP 2021. Thank you.
Maraming salamat po, Engineer Acosta. Thank you so much. So we have now come to the formal installation and induction. Now, before our officers take their solemn oath of office, the Honorable Engineer Herminio J. Orbe shall charge them with the responsibility tied along with the positions our officers will be sworn in. And then this will be followed by the formal induction, which will be administered by our distinguished inducting officer. May I call on the 2010-2011 IECEP National President and one of the members of IECEP's Advisory Council, Engineer Ornan S. Vicente, to formally introduce our inducting officer. Sir?
Thank you so much, Governor Osorio. Pleasant afternoon and pleasant day to all of us and all of you. Good afternoon to our three honorables from the PRC, Dr. Alnar, Engineer Orbe, and Engineer Del Moro. And also good afternoon to all the governors of different chapters, local and foreign. And also to those who are guests who are in this very momentous occasion of our beloved organization. Now I'd like to introduce to you our distinguished guest speaker. He is the DICT and is Undersecretary for Resilient Government Emergency Communication. He is a visionary thinker and advocate of public service continuity. Having formerly handled the department's major connectivity initiatives for digital governance, including free public Wi-Fi, infrastructure management, and other special concerns. He is presently discharging functions over the Disaster Risk Reduction Management International Cooperation Division and the National Information and Communication Technology Assets Index. His hands-on approach in the Government Emergency Communication Systems Project, a flagship program of the DICT in addressing its mandate of improved connectivity and public access, is known by many as the department leads the Emergency Telecommunication Cluster of the NDRRMC. Prior to being appointed by the by our President Rodrigo Roa Duterte as Assistant Secretary in 2016, and recently in July 2020 as Undersecretary of the ICT. He is a professional electronics engineer, and he's been actively championing change through his leadership in the Butuan City Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Caraga ICT Council, and the Institute of Electronics Engineers of the Philippines. As a former officer, director, and auditor during my presidency in the IECEP National. With DICT, he represented the Philippines in global communities. For instance, Association of Southeast Asian Nations, Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation, Asia-Pacific Telecommunity, United States Telecommunications Training Institute, and Brunei Darussalam, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, East ASEAN Growth Area, or the BIMP IAGA. Aside from this, he was designated as the DICT's Data Protection Officer, representative to the Interagency Task Force for the Management of Emerging Infectious Disease, Balik Probinsya, Bagong Pag-asa Council, the National Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict, and serves as the chair of the Communications Electronic Information Systems Service of the Armed Forces of the Philippines under the Multi-Sector Advisory Boards, which is I'm his vice chairman in that advisory board. He is also the vice chairman to the Emergency 911 hotline. He also represents the DICT in the Philippine Space Council for the Philippine Space Agency and in the Anti-Red Tape Authority. His technical expertise and management styles have provided significant impacts to several of the DICT's key developmental programs. His office is likewise in charge of monitoring the requests for assistance, information, complaint, and grievances from the general public related to telecommunications and ICT, including those emanating from the 8888 or the Citizens Complaint Actions, the Presidential Complaint Center, Freedom of Information, and other similar government liaison units. Colleagues, the gentlemen who love my many, it's an honor to introduce to you our very own Undersecretary Alan Abonates Silor. Thank you.
Yeah. Daghang salamat, my friend, my idol, Superman, Sir Hernan. Maraming salamat sa introduction. Medyo haba-haba yata yun. Anyway, wherever you are right now, maayong hapon, magandang hapon, good morning sa mga kaibigan natin kasamahan sa Middle East and other parts of the world. Have a pleasant day ahead of us. This is a very important day, not for the officers, but for IECEP. So may I request everybody to please rise as our inductees will take their oath of office. And to the inductees, kindly prepare your Bible and the Constitution and bylaws of IECEP.
Thank you so much, Engineer Silor. Thank you, sir. Now, as our national officers and board of directors are preparing, the flow of our induction ceremony would be as follows. The charging of office or the charging into office will be administered by no less than our very own engineer Arminio J. Orbe. That's the first one. And then the actual induction will be administered by our very own Undersecretary, Engineer Alan Silor. Sir Orbe?
Yeah.
The floor is yours for the charging of office.
Okay. So this is a very solemn ceremony. So I would like everybody to take this occasion solemn one. So this is called charging. And basically, charging is to remind of your commitments and obligation as directors and officers of IECEP. Also, this is your last opportunity to think or reflect or consider whether you will accept or not the position or office you are about to occupy. Although this is a virtual charging, may I ask all the incoming directors and officers or the inductees or the leaders of this organization, the incoming leaders of this organization, to please rise. Okay. Also, I urge you to listen carefully, assess yourself, and try to make your final decision at the end of my charge. Your election as director and or officers of IECEP is based on the premises that you are believed to be worthy representative of your members, that you are in sympathy or in support to IECEP missions and vision, that you are ready to help IECEP in fulfilling her vision and mission into realities. To be a director, officers of IECEP is an honor and a privilege. It's a rare privilege to be given a chance to lead, to guide, to direct, or be in charge of our beloved organization towards attaining her mission and vision. Of course, this honor and privilege involve corresponding duties and obligation. You should remember, being a director or officer of IECEP is not just an additional page in your curriculum vitae. Those who voted you in office expect something from you, and you will be judged on what you have done and what you have not done. I will repeat, you will be judged on what you have done and what you have not done. Also, I want to emphasize that you occupy, but you do not own your position. It is loaned to you by the members of IECEP. As every loan you make, you must pay the interest. It is important that the interest of this loan is paid by a high degree of service to the members, to the profession, to the community, and to IECEP as your only duly recognized professional organization. Remember, we claim no monopoly on service ideals, but as director or officer of IECEP, and being recognized not only in the Philippines, but in the countries where IECEP chapter is present, there remains upon you an unquestionable responsibility. As elected leaders of IECEP, something more has to be done than merely electing your office. That is why, as director and officer of IECEP, you have been made ambassador of IECEP ideals. I will repeat, you are the ambassador of IECEP ideals. Those who know you will judge IECEP by your conduct, meaning IECEP will be judged by your conduct. We also expect you to give us, we the members of IECEP, the inspirations, motivations, encouragement that will make us all become better members of the Institute. It is very important that you will be impressed or daunted with the requirements and importance of regular attendance to board meetings and other activities that requires your presence. They are much for your benefit as for the good of the Institute. Your contact with the IECEP and its member will principally be through these meetings and of course amplified by such committee works and other duties which may be required from you from time to time. It is through constant and close communication you can give your best to the organization and also receive the most from it. As director and officer, you should be aware how vital is your role and you must be true to the pledge of office. Likewise, let me be impressed upon you that you should not expect any recognition or remuneration. I will repeat, you should not ask for remuneration or consideration or recognition on any good things you have done to IECEP or to the members. Let me remind you of the two most important virtues a director or officer of a voluntary organization like IECEP should exhibit. That is involvement and commitment. Commitment, a virtue which means accepting added responsibility when your participation and services are required in the fulfillment of organizations' missions and advocacies. Involvement, another virtue which means being at the forefront and center of IECEP's program and projects, not being in the receiving end and watching from the sideline. Now, if you think you cannot live up to these challenges or requirements as director, officer of IECEP, your only option is to relinquish the position. At this point, may I ask the inductees, are you ready to take the challenges and responsibilities that goes with the position you were elected to? If you are ready, say yes, I am ready to accept the challenges and responsibilities associated with the position I was elected to, and I'm ready to take my oath of office. Are you ready to take the challenges and responsibilities that goes with the positions you were elected to? Can I hear the response?
Yes.
Yes, I am
I am
ready to
ready
accept
to
the
challenges and
responsibilities
responsibilities
associated with the position I was elected
I was
to,
elected
and
to,
I'm ready to
and I am
take
ready
my
to
oath
take
of
my
office.
oath of office.
The inducting officer, Honorable Undersecretary Alan Silor, the new directors and officers of IECEP for the year 2021 are now ready to take their oath of office.
Thank you very much, Honorable Herminio Orbe. So the inductees are now ready. May I request to please place your left hand on the Bible and the bylaws and Constitution and bylaws of IECEP. Now kindly raise your right hand and let's take the oath of office. I, please state your name and the position you have been elected.
I,
Michelle D. Lawas, President.
I, Jesse Di Toro Jr., Vice President, Internal.
I, Engineer Ulrich Lee F. Uy, Vice President, External.
I, Joseph Carl G. Salva, Vice President for Education.
I, Lorilisa de Parine Bulayog, Secretary General.
How about the others?
I, Anthony M. Laed, Auditor.
I, Rita Chonko, Director.
I, Lisandro Trinidad, Director.
I, Laila Anthony Joel G. Villas, Director.
Are there any other more officers and director?
I, Benz Gerard M. Sevilla, Treasurer.
Kindly repeat after me, everyone. In the Institute of Electronics Engineers of the Philippines Incorporated.
In the Institute of
Electronics
Electronics Engineers of the Philippines Incorporated,
Do solemnly swear that I will faithfully
do solemnly swear that I will faithfully
support and obey the Constitution and bylaws
support and obey the Constitution and bylaws
of the Institute, as well as the rules and regulation
of the Institute,
as
well as the rules and regulations
that it may promulgate thereafter.
that
it may promulgate thereafter.
That I will conduct myself in the position
That I will conduct myself in the position
to which I am elected and perform duties to the best of my knowledge and ability.
to which I am elected and perform duties to the best of
my knowledge and
abilities.
And that I impose upon myself the obligation
and that I impose
upon myself
obligation
voluntarily without mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
Voluntarily without mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, everyone. A round of applause to our newly elected officers as they took their oath of office.
Congratulations.
So let us all sit down.
Thank you.
And you have just witnessed the official induction into office of our IECEP, or 2021 IECEP National Officers and Board of Directors. Now, at this point in time, we are going to hand over back the floor to our inducting officer for his congratulatory or perhaps reminders, our message for our IECEP National Officers, our newly inducted officers, and of course to the membership in general. Sir?
Thank you very much, beautiful Governor Tanya, and to the rest of the people from Soxargen and to those behind this very memorable induction of officer doing it online. My humble greetings to the honorable members of the Board of Electronics, former presidents of IECEP, and of course the officers who have been serving the Institute, and to all our beloved members here in the Philippines and overseas. Colleagues and friends, magandang hapon sa ating lahat. Let me share with you a story of an ordinary man who aims to make a difference in life. As they say, education is the foundation of your future. His parents were not well off. They just have enough to live day by day. The situation they had did not weaken their hearts, but strengthened the bond among his siblings and was able to send him to college. A very common story that had inspired many. Of course, studying from far away from home is quite challenging. Not only the loss of comfort, loneliness, but also the hardships in taking an engineering degree. In order to fulfill and fill up the empty spaces of being homesick, he made himself busy and joined social civic activities and a few student organizations. This made him independent and was able to find himself where he can contribute and be comforted by his peers. Somehow, it helped develop his interpersonal skills and orientation of serving others. After graduation, he started his professional practice and later had a business that sparked again his interest of helping others. With his several exposure to different organizations, like the School-Based Parents Teachers Association and the professional and business organizations as well, he became a local leader that helped influence the changes and bridge the gap between business sector and the local government unit. The experience helped him run the course and resolve the obstacles in front of him. Well, personally, I can reflect on how every individual wants to be of service to others and to his community. May you be in the public sector or even in your private capacity, we all can make a difference. And to continue with the story, it's not all a cup of gold to run a group of people. Organizations has its own ups and downs. Common challenges is how to mingle with different personalities. He discovered difficulties where to get funds and found out that there are more problems when money is already around. We can all relate to this, di ba? Kung walang pera, nagtatalo. Kapag may pera na, nag-aaway. Sounds familiar? All he wanted to do is to ensure that the money of the association, especially coming from the membership, is well spent. Remember, financial integrity and financial stability will make any organization stronger. Another common challenge is that he experienced peer pressure among his colleagues. Instead of helping a fellow prove his legitimacy as a member, most of the senior officials has condemned him of his membership, while others chooses to remain silent. It was a lonely fight for him. But after all the sacrifices, in the end, what is really important is not why you are serving an organization, our organization. You all know what is good and bad for the general membership, and our members voted for you to be able to serve the general interest. So, what really is important is to know how to serve well our IECEP members. My humble advice to our IECEP 2021 officers and the board is to put your acts together as one, putting behind individual differences and move forward for the benefit of the general membership. Officially, today marks your first day in office, but I'm very glad to see that you have started to do some housekeeping. The commencement of different working committees is a good sign to begin with. If only I can have a days off as undersecretary of the department, I would spend my time as a volunteer, same as I was before, for the love of IECEP. There are a lot of changes that we have to face. New leadership,
new dynamics, the new normal. We should be thankful for this pandemic. You might not agree with me, but I thank God for this COVID-19 pandemic. Somehow, you now see on Facebook how people admires different kinds of plants and species. Sino ba dyan ang mga plantita? You see on Facebook posting of different kind of plants, family bonds together because of home quarantine. We see greener forests, and most people loves to take selfies with nature. And in relation to our practice of profession, all the fields of ICT has become more in demand. We can't leave this world today without electronics. Let's take advantage. Let's create more jobs. Let's grab the opportunities. And let's help our fellow ECEs. And let's work together for a better IECEP for the Philippines and the world, for the glory of God. Congratulations, and wish you all good luck. Stay safe and stay healthy. Daghang salamat sa inyong tanan.
Daghang salamat as well, Undersecretary Silor. Thank you so much once again. We are truly grateful that you have accepted once again our invitation to be part of IECEP's milestone or big events. Again, maraming salamat po for the encouragement, the inspiration, and the admonition. And we are certain that our newly installed officers are taking it by heart and would live by those words. Mabuhay po kayo, Undersecretary, at mabuhay po ang IECEP.
It's an honor, Tanya. Thank you for the invitation. I could not say no to the president. So, of course, she's a good friend of mine.
All right. Okay. Ayan. Okay. Well, hopefully, sir, we would also you would also say yes as well for future invites from the organization. But anyway, sir, please stay put as we will be giving you or awarding you our certificate of appreciation. And to do so, may I welcome our IECEP National Secretary General, Dr. Loreliza Bulayog, and Engineer Jesse O. De Toro, our Vice President Internal, to bestow or award the certificate of appreciation. Go ahead, ma'am and sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Tanya. Okay, so I would like to give the certificate of appreciation to our honorable guest, Engineer Alan Silor, sir. So the certificate of appreciation is given to Honorable Undersecretary Alan A. Silor, PECE, in grateful recognition and profound appreciation of his important role as an inducting officer during the oath-taking and turnover ceremony of 2021 IECEP National Officers, given this 30th day of January 2021. Signed, the IECEP National President and Chairman of the Board, Dr. Michelle D. Lawas.
Thank you very much, Dr. Michelle Lawas. Thank you, Ma'am Lorely. Long time no see.
Yes. Thank you, sir, and congratulations sa iyong appointment as Undersecretary. I'm happy to see you, sir, for a long time. Yes, Tanya?
Okay. Thank you so much once again. Maraming salamat po to Engineer Jess and Dr. Lori, and of course, once again, our Undersecretary, Engineer Alan Silor. Maraming salamat po. All right, so now let us proceed. And at this point in time, this is actually the most symbolic part of the program. This is the turnover of the bylaws, the bell, and the gavel. The ceremonial passing of the bell, CBL, and gavel signals the transfer of the presidency and the official handover of responsibilities from the outgoing president to the incoming president. The bell represents order and discipline, and the time to guide the national officers and the BoDs through their weekly or monthly sessions. The sound of the bell has the power to charm, to amaze, to lift the spirit, and to keep our officials in line. The gavel, on the other hand, symbolizes the authority invested in the officer elected to the highest position, and through her reminds those present of her authority. At this point in time, we would like to ask the outgoing president, Engineer Christian Lear F. Miquiabas, and the incoming president of IECEP Incorporated, Dr. Michelle D. Lawas, to be in the spotlight. Kindly turn on your cameras. And now let us witness the turnover rites, which will signify solidarity, support, and being one IECEP. Mr. President and Miss Incoming President.
I cannot turn on my camera by the host siguro. Please advise.
Let me do that, sir.
Thank you. Ayan.
Okay na, ayan.
Okay na ba?
Okay po.
Wala pa eh. Ayan na. Teka. Ano ba yung nangyayari? Okay. Okay na? Ano ba yun? Turnover na ba? Uy! Saan? Saan yung banda? Folder. Wala. So this is the bylaws. Teka lang ha. The bylaws and the given. Okay. This is our copy of the bylaws of IECEP. I, Christian Ler F. Miquiabas, National President of the Institute of Electronics Engineers of the Philippines, Incorporated, for the IECEP year 2020, do hereby turn over the IECEP bylaws and the gavel to you. It is a symbol of order, discipline, and authority. Wield it unflinchingly, but righteously, with courage, but with the humility, with determination, but with compassion and understanding. And as you accept the IECEP bylaws, gavel, and the authority goes with it, may God help you with all your undertaking. Congratulations.
Mike.
I, Michelle D. Lawas, the incoming President of the Institute of Electronics Engineers of the Philippines, Incorporated, do hereby accept the IECEP bylaws, bell and gavel, the symbol of order, discipline, and authority, with the Constitution and bylaws as my guide and with the blessings of the Almighty. It is my covenant to wield this gavel unflinchingly but righteously, with courage but with humility, and finally, with determination but with compassion and understanding. So be it.
Congratulations to our official IECEP National President, the Woman of the Hour, Dr. Michelle D. Lawas. Maraming salamat din po to our immediate past president, and of course, Engineer Christian's duties and responsibilities as a president or as an IPP does not end there. He would still be guiding our national officers for this year in order for them to facilitate and ensure that the mission, vision, the objectives, and the goals of the organization would be materialized. All right. So anyway, President Christian, Mr. Immediate Past President.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you ready? Okay. All right, sir. We're truly honored to have you for 2 terms as the president of IECEP Incorporated. And now we are going to be highlighting you and giving you the floor. As of this moment, let us listen and give a vigorous virtual applause to our outgoing president, Engineer Christian Lear F. Miquiabas, for his turnover speech. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Ma'am Tanya. And I'm not comfortable with my attire today because it's so in it. Anyway, Christian out, Michelle in at this time. To our inducting officer, my idol, my kababayan, and of course, no less than our undersecretary, Engineer Alan Silor. And so we are very proud of it because he is an ECE, a PECE by profession. So, salamat sa imong time o panahon as inducting officer also during my time way back 2020 in January. And of course, wala nimo balibari ang nagsunod nga national president karon dugay na nagserbisyo sa IECEP o imo usab nga kababayan. So thank you so much Sir Alan for your time, no, despite of pandemic, and today is Saturday. I'm sure na aka sa pamilya nimo maybe at this time, but thank you for that, Sir Alan, for your untiring support to our profession. Not in the person who is in the position right now, but as a whole in our profession. Thank you for that. Of course, to our PRC board led by our also kababayan, Engineer Arnar D'Italia, and to our very good friend, active members of IECEP and supporters of IECEP activities, Sir Orbe and Sir Rico, for your untiring support during my time until this year before. Sa lahat ng IECEP activities, nandyan kayo. Maraming salamat sa inyo. And to all the members, to all the chapter governors, by the way, I would like to thank the governors of 2020 and the governors of 2021. No? Thank you so much for your support during my time, and I know that you will support during this time also. Not only that Doc Michel is our president for serving how many years in IECEP, but as a whole, as an organization, I know ang suporta nyo nandyan. So thank you so much. No, even me, I'm not expecting that your support is in me, but happy na ako na you are giving your support to our organization. During my time, I just only an instrument to be your captain as the IECEP organization. No? I've been serving also for how many years, but of course, as immediate past national president, I might say that this is not my time anymore. It's your time. But again, I will not tell you that my time, my obligation, my commitment is tapos na. I will be continuing serving to IECEP until the last drop of my blood. Kasi I'm not planning to enroll any profession. No, dinecline ko na yung offer ng tita ko nga mag-nursing ako para mag-abroad. So, ngayon, IECEP lang talaga ako. I'm planning to enroll other profession siguro, but inisip ko, kung mag-enroll ako sa electrical, masyadong complicated. Kung mag-enroll ako sa computer, masyadong complicated. So, I might be stay in IECEP and help whatever I can do for our profession. So, I'm working with the City Building Office in Cagayan de Oro. So, I'm advocating the practice of IECEP, our profession. So, I'm not saying that I'm good enough as an ECE professional, but I'm doing my best. How could I help the profession, no? Especially at this time. At this time, na in the highest peak, paano na tayo eh? Nasa itaas na tayo, and some of the agency is recognizing pero meron pa rin kulang. So, kaya I'm encouraging everybody not to, yung ibig sabihin na the momentum is there, no? Huwag kayong kakalma muna. So, again, sa lahat ng chapter governors, they are the pillars of IECEP because also during my time as I am encouraging, empowering the local chapter, no? To do your moves, to do your initiative for the betterment of our profession. So, and of course, to all the members, no, all over the Philippines and the foreign, they are doing well, no, they are doing whatever they could share, no. Everybody is messaging me during my time na how could they help, and you could help our profession in your own little way, in your area of responsibility, but in the whole, you can PM all the officers of ICEP for your intention. I could maybe I couldn't respond you because of grabe naman yung nag-text, nag-PM sa mga gusto nilang mangyari. Sabi ko naman na please share also to the other officers and BoD para naman maaksyonan din, no? Hindi kaya ng presidente kung doon nyo i-send lahat yung concern nyo. We have the committees in every field. We have the BoDs so that they could share that during the BoD and the executive meetings. So, yun. I was so happy for that, no? Even one of the lawyer in Quezon City, he is an ECE and now be a lawyer. Tumawag sa akin na, Mr. President, how could I help? So, sabi ko, yes, you are very much welcome and you will very much be part. Thank you for your offering. Sir, I'm a lawyer now. I am in ECE but I'm a lawyer. So, kaya nga inad ko agad sa group chat yung IIR na updates. But anyway, you could also communicate with him sa mga possible, no? We have 2 lawyers ECE na nag-offer ng services nila for the help of our profession. So, yun lang. During my time as a national president, with the help of our officers and BoD 2020, siguro hindi naman lahat na-accomplish, but I will surely turn over all the information to our incoming to our national president of the IECEP year 2021. Mag-uusap po kami, ito turn over ko lahat, and as your immediate past president, I will inform you all the information, no? Kasi hindi lahat alam ng BoD and officer kung ano yung inputs, no? Ano yung binigay ng national president. So, I'll be transparent naman. Sinabi ko yan, siguro na nakalimutan lang. But to the officer of 2021 and our national president now, I will give this information to her para naman na malaman ng lahat. So, again, sabi ko nga, hindi ko dapat taasan ng turnover speech ko, but I have to tell the truth that nothing is the truth, no? Yung mga critical, kumbaga sabihin, na dapat aksyonan agad during our time, I think na aksyonan naman, no? Yung IIEE concern, we have already submitted the position paper and we have to follow up on that. And even the PRC board, thank you so much for the response and the PRC resolution between the two professional organizations. Meron na. I hope we will interpret correctly and positively in favor to us. Sinabi doon. And the agriculture, we are potentially coordinating with the point person of PRC, other than our chairman, Sir Alnar, no? Sinubmit na yung PRC and I'm communicating all the national president of the six professional organization, the Geodetic, the UAP, Civil, Electrical, Electronics, and Mechanical, for the support of that ABI law, as mentioned by Congressman Ropos, na as author of that ABI law nga okay, they will amend the law itself. So, and now we have some issues and concerns to be addressed. During the speech of our keynote speaker last EGM, the deputy speaker, Congressman Ropos, one of the points there is the creation. We input as one of the talking point of Congressman Ropos, the creation of ICT department in every local government unit. But fortunately, it will be enhanced parang na-enhance siya na not only the local government but all the government agency na dapat magkaroon ng ICT. Office, division, or whatever. So I hope that IECEP will continue doing that, no, with my support. Nandito lang ako. No, nandyan lang yung mga past national president natin, yung pillars of IECEP. Nandyan lang yung mga members natin na gustong sumuporta. So we have to do this because wag nating hayaan na maunahan tayo sa ibang professional who is practicing the same our profession. One of our advantage is we have a law, the RA 9292, defining our scope. But kung hayaan natin yan na maging law lang, nandyan lang, so yun. Mangyayari yun na parang aso tayong ahol ng ahol. Tapos sila naman doing their new law, kumbaga, at maano tayo, mabitin tayo. So we have to do that, we have to lead that, no? Lahat ng pwede nating by the way, lahat ng pwede nating gawan ng House bill or Senate bill, no? I'm sure local governors and chapters and members are listening now. You can communicate or draft kung ano man yan and send it to the legislative committee for review. Wag na nating hayaan na iba pa ang mag-draft ng mga House bill or resolution then in relation to our field of expertise. Example, yung ICT, lumabas kay Senador Angara na lahat ng mga government offices pa yun na dapat may IT officer. O see, IT officer lang sinabi niya. So we have to interfere with that para mas malaman nila that ICT is part of our scope, then we will harmonize na dapat ganito. So that is one of our challenge now in 2021 and meron pa yung sa group chat namin ng mga national president of the 6 under the office of the building official na mga practitioner. Sinabi ko sa kanila, would it be possible that we could lead the draft and the amendments of the National Building Code? Why? Because we are the professional organization. We have membership. And if we observe, there are, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 12 Senate bill ba yun o House bill amending building code and then hindi galing sa isang professional. Hindi galing, no? There are some na nag-initiate. So, it is time now to be holistic ang approach. Sabi nga ng isang kaibigan ko, we are focusing on the subscriber premises. We are not focusing as the whole, as the professional organization. By the time na lalabas ang law, affected tayo lahat. And then saka lang tayo mag-complain. This time, ibahin natin yung approach natin. We will be the one introducing whatever law under our law. No? Parang kung ano may ang scope natin, ipalabas natin kung ano may ang pwede. So, para yun, ang pag-usapan nila, introduced by IECEP. No? Yung sinabi ko na lahat na dapat coming from the yung 6 professional organization na yung amendments ng building code, because at the end of the day, tayo ang nakakaalam kung apektado ba si IECEP, si civil, si architect, or whatever. Yun ang nasa ano ko. Pinalabas ko lang ito. I hope this would be part of your consideration. I will be pursuing my advocates in electronics implementation and other related. To tell you, I am planning to organize to be implemented. One, kasi nasa Ubo ako. Ang Ubo, meron silang PABO, no? Philippine Association of Building Official. So building official yan. Minsan nasali tayo, minsan hindi, because that is Philippine Building Official. So I am now creating with the group of our colleagues in city government, yung hindi building official, the GAPIA, the Government Association of Plumbers, Engineers, and Architects. No? We are preparing for that sa lahat ng government, but focus on the Ubo. So I hope I need your support also to that. Kasi engineers kasali na yung electronics dyan. So yun ang mga direction also to your immediate past president na magiging visible si ICE. In fact, lastly, no, umabot na tayo sa mga organization ngayon. We are in the Northern Mindanao. I know you are familiar with the Fraternal Order of Eagles, Philippine Eagles. But in Cagayan de Oro City, they are now creating the professional region. Ang member dyan is, nandyan si electrical, mechanical, architect, si civil, no? Electra, Eagles Club. No, I would like to share this to you. So hindi pwede ma-behind tayo. That's why we are also preparing, because in that case, kung hindi tayo a-action, wala tayo sa picture. No? Architect is organizing, Orogir is for mechanical, CDO architect is nandyan. So Mindanao Electrons is coming for the ECE, and then sali na lahat, no, yung mga scope. So yun ang drive natin kung saan tayo pwede makilala. We will not limit ourselves, no, by our profession only. We will expand. We will go out to the four corners of the room of IECEP just to inform them that IECEP exists. So, yun lang. Siguro, again, thank you so much sa lahat, sa mga past national president na nandito, yung advisor natin. Thank you so much for helping me. No? I'm sure na hindi ko na-accomplish lahat yung gusto nating gawin in 2020 because of pandemic, but meron tayong na-accomplish with all your support and help. And thank you. The governors, the officers of my time, thank you so much. The BoD, the PRC is there, the board of PRC is there, the governors nandyan, lahat, foreign and local, and the members contributed. And I'm sure, nakita ko ngayon, by 2021, is always saying that they have to support our profession, our organization. So good luck to the IECEP 2021 officers and BoD. Your immediate officers is at your service always with the help. So again, thank you, and God bless us all. Stay safe with this continuing adjustment of our situation this time of pandemic. Thank you and good afternoon.
Thank you so much as well, Mr. President. President Christian, so during your tenure as, of course, the president of IECEP Incorporated, IECEP truly felt the enormous growth in our organization, and you have been integral to the important advances in the org and the profession. Congratulations po, Engineer Christian Mikiabas, for a job well done, and we wish you all the best in your future endeavors. All right, and now may I draw everybody's attention, your utmost attention, because right about now, it is time for the woman of the hour. Let us virtually clap our hands and welcome our new president, Dr. Michelle D. Lawas, as she delivers her acceptance speech. Madam President?
Thank you so much, Engineer Tanya Mularto, for that wonderful introduction. Department of Information and Communication Technology Undersecretary, Honorable Alan Silor, Inducting Officer, PRC Board of Electronics, Chairman Honorable Alnar Detalia, members Honorable Ermi Orbe, and Honorable Enrico Claro del Moro, former presidents, President Agatep, President Vicente, President Arsol Reyes, President Acosta, President Caloy Reyes, President Lina, President and President Mikiabas, my honored guests, my fellow IECEP electronics engineers, thank you. Thank you so much. I am delighted for your presence this afternoon, a powerhouse presence of our former presidents, and let us clap our hands for that. It is really actually a manifestation of your support to our beloved IECEP. I am proud to be an IECEP member. I am most honored and humbled to be elected president of the Institute of Electronics Engineers of the Philippines to lead the 71st year of our organization, and with the help and support of my board of directors and officers, committee heads, and valued members of IECEP Incorporated. I will do my best to meet the challenge. Our organization has been built on a strong leadership foundation, and I am fortunate to have a membership that is fully committed to the IECEP ideal of service and continues to go the extra mile in building and carrying out the many worthwhile projects, plans, and services that we undertake for the benefit of our members and community. My fellow IECEP, in the work ahead of us, we're going to need each other. We need our commitment to persevere through this difficult time. We must set aside grudges and finally face this pandemic as one strong organization, as one nation. And I promise this because, as the Bible says, weeping may endure for a night, joy comes in the morning, and we will get through this together, all together. And I pledge this to you. I will be a president for all chapters, big or small, near or far, local or foreign, to all IECEP electronics engineers and technicians. And I promise you all that I will fight, I will protect for our Constitution and fight for our profession through the implementation of the law. The Republic Act 9292, the importance of electronics engineering in nation building and development. And unity is the path forward. And we must meet this moment, this very moment, as one IECEP. If we do that, I guarantee you all, we will not fail. We have never, ever, ever failed when we've acted together. And so today, at this very time, at this very place, let's start afresh all of us, and let's begin to listen to one another, hear one another, see one another, and let us respect one another. Pride and disrespect doesn't have to be a raging fire destroying everything in its path. Every discouragement doesn't have to be a cause for discouragement. And we must reject the culture in which facts themselves are manipulated and even manufactured. We can see each other not as adversaries, but we are friends here. And this leadership encourages mature response of the situation, anything that may come along the way. Allow me to share with you and lay down the blueprint of IECEP 2020. And I am not so sure if we can convene ourselves in the coming months for our strategic and operational planning, but the IECEP 2020 has formulated the primary focus, the strategic directions, and priorities for the year 2021, and it will include the following are the strategic direction. I would like to take this opportunity to air it out and to lay down all the blueprint that we are planning for the realization of our 2021 plans and programs of our organization. First, this is the strategic location that we need to strengthen. We need to strengthen the coordination and monitoring of activities and programs to ensure the revitalization of members' interest and involvement that are consistent with the aims and objectives of the Institute. It is sad to say, we are always claiming that we are 80,000 strong members or even reaching 100,000 strong members. But if you try to look at the portal or even the database of our organization, only 6,000 is there. And in fact, during our annual general membership, if we have face-to-face assembly, we only have 1,200 to 1,500 members. Then we keep on claiming now we are one of the biggest professional organization of we are one of the biggest professional organization, yes. So we need to strengthen the coordination and the monitoring activities. We need to create an avenue, create an atmosphere that will revitalize our members' interest and involvement. And I will in charge this one to our membership committee headed by the VP Internal Engineer Jesse Di Toro and members committee. I will also give this to our technical development committee and the portal committee for the realization of this strategic direction. Second, promote career programs and forums for high school students to choose ECE as a course and as a profession. Mind you, ladies and gentlemen, one of the pressing problems that we are facing this time is the decline of enrollment, and that is true to all institutional academic community. Private man o state university, we have declining enrollees of ECE. So with that, it is one of the priority programs, and it is one that we empower the creation of the special committee for the education committee in the publication under the Vice President for Education and Student Affairs to promote career programs and for high school. We will sell our dreams and we will sell our profession to all our high school students for them, for our future membership in IECEP. Next. I want to streamline priority programs and activities while maintaining other activities and best practices. So we are here 70 years old. So therefore, we have to acknowledge and maintain activities and best practices for our organization. But this year, I want to streamline priority programs like giving up quality and relevant trainings and seminars and priority programs for our publication committee and priority programs for our website, because we want to be known to the world, and we really have to extend or get out of our comfortable zone for the streamlining of our priority programs and activities. Next. I want to raise national and international IECEP organization through development and nurturing of competencies, productive and well-rounded electronics engineers. Raise national and international level of our organization through this development. The in charge of this is our Technical Development Committee. But how to do this? How to plan out, and the key initiative of our Technical Development Committee, this is under your terrain and this is under the mandate of your committee. So I am into overseeing and I am into looking for the nurturing of competencies and productive and well-rounded electronics engineers. I want to engage in relevant corporate social responsibility to service communities. It is a challenge for all of us as an organization. We have to strengthen and we have to promote social responsibility activities, the commitment of organization to contribute on a voluntary basis to sustainable economic development by working with relevant stakeholders to improve their lives in ways that are good for livelihood, sustainable development agenda, and society at large. Our organization must have own corporate social responsibility programs and activities. The IECEP as an organization is delighted to be of assistance, and that give us purpose. Okay, my point here is we created a special committee for our CSR to oversee and to implement programs and to look for the key initiatives on how to implement the target and the direction of the 2021 National IECEP. I want to strengthen the technical development programs and activities to respond to the capacity needs of all chapters. Empowering our chapters to conduct CPD seminars. We have also to empower our chapters to lobby the implementation of RA 9292, and we need to monitor all our CPD applications and to conduct of seminars. And we need to map out mapping of ECE jobs, fields in every chapters. Prepare, and it will going to be the direction of the 2021 National Board is to prepare a database for technical speakers and topic across the chapters. From there, we can promote unity in every chapters. Increase physical, social, and online presence and visibility of IECEP in the national and international scene through pertinent publication. Believe me, I am the Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs. Even we are an accredited professional organization, it is our responsibility to package our students, to package our professional, and be visible in the direction of publication and scholarly publication. Another thing for this increase in physical and social online presence and visibility of IECEP in the national and international through pertinent publication. It has been a long overdue plan and aspirations of IECEP to have dynamic, responsive, balanced, committed group of people to carry these dreams and aspirations. This administration is committed to strengthen the visibility and online presence of IECEP by the concurrence of the Board of Directors, the Publication Committee, along with our website/portal committee, is to take charge of all the proceedings and capture all essential professional related information. I think we would like to be known to the world, and that's the direction we are trying to pursue. Establish a data-driven governance. I like when we say data-driven governance, I am trying, in the modern, we are electronics and we are being challenged as the forefront in this time of pandemic and in this digital age. There is no better time to take advantage of data science than now. Sabihin nyo sa akin, Michelle, masyado namang maambisyon yan. Hindi po. With the quantum leaps in technology over the last decade or so, we as leaders should shift our decision making to include better information. What happened this time? Hindi nga natin alam sino yung mga specialized to that particular field in the field of specialization. Iilan lang po yung mga alam natin in our general membership, and we are about 80,000. Our partnerships with the industries and relevant government agencies will enable our organization to survey better the current trends and landscape. For example, in our foreign chapters, they know the landscape and the trends of the current trends of our technology, even on our practice. So we could be a partner of that landscape. And this way, we will be able to shift and tailor our services better through seminars, webinars to supplement our members' needs. We can tap on our seasoned, expert, senior members to mentor and better prepare our junior members to kickstart their careers. So my point for the data-driven governance, we are serious this time in our database, and we have to institute the website, the portal, and the membership, because we need to tally and we need to record everyone in the organization. Si Michelle Lawas ba, ano bang kaya niya ibigay? Okay, if our decision making is driven to that data science, to that information in our database. For example, ito lang gusto ko mangyari. In SOC Sergeant area, gusto namin magkaroon ng speakers about broadcasting, about technology, about soft skill, yung kagabi with Sir Jetro. At least if we have the database and if we have the data science, we can now have the Technical Development Committee and the IECEP can now lobby the expertise of our members in the organization. So with that, our junior members can kickstart their careers. Kasi po, mga graduate ng ECE are jack of all trades. Hindi nila alam anong expertise nila, so we need, as an IECEP organization, we need to empower our members and our juniors members for their careers. Okay. I want to strengthen partnerships and collaboration with relevant industries and government agencies. Kailangan natin ito. Of course, we cannot live with our own organization. So we have to partner, we have to collaborate with our relevant industry and government, because we need support coming from the government agencies and we need support. So in this time, we have to tailor fit. The qualification of our students must be aligned. Pagsasabihin ng industry po, we are industry 4.0, everything is migrating to automation, and we have IT, we have all these things. ito pang ginagawa natin, are our students ready for that? So this is now going back to the curriculum. But anyway, I also include with the challenge of our curriculum revision or even in the crafting, in the revision of that curriculum. Kasi po, hindi tayo pwede maiwan yung curriculum natin, which is the organization. Meron po tayong membership doon sa CHED Technical Development Committee on ECE curriculum along with our BECE. We have to plan out and we have to tailor fit the qualification of our students based on the curriculum kasi hindi na po talaga nagmamatch yung kailangan ng industry doon po sa mga graduate ng ECE. Okay. I want to streamline effective and efficient systems and procedures in the national headquarters. Pag sabihin natin national headquarters, yung nakikita, yung makokontak natin dito are our National Secretariat or IECEP Secretariat. I have to mention this as early as of this time. Several years ago, when I joined the board of IECEP, it has been part of the thorough discussions and consideration during the operational and strategic planning to ask and consider for an increase in annual membership fee for IECEP. Based on the benchmark activity conducted by our Vice President for Internal Affairs for Membership and Organizational Committee, the board of IECEP already crafted the proposal to be presented in the mid-year convention along with the other proposals. Okay, let me go back to my priority plan in streamlining of the effective and efficient. Ganito. The usual complaint na narinig po natin, paano po, bakit po magpapa-increase ng annual membership fee si IECEP na yung simple pong mga tanong namin addressed to the national headquarters or addressed to our IECEP secretariat, nagti-text kami, nag-i-email kami, and they don't have any reply at all, and all of that. So with that, with the leadership of our Secretary General, who is effectively run the office as the Secretary General, ito po yung kanyang tinututukan ngayon. We need to efficiently process the system in the national headquarters. And I will also want to promote the culture of documentation. Alam nyo ba na dami tayong mga board resolutions na pabalik-balik na lang kasi nasabi natin we have to ratify, we have to amend, we have to improve our resolution na i-resolution na po na yan way back 2 years ago, 3 years ago. But sad to say, hindi po intact yung ating mga documentation doon sa opisina. So this is one of the project, one of my priority to be effective and efficient and process in the national headquarters. And we will enhance and propose that, no? Because we are asking, the board now is really crafting and considering the annual membership fee increase. Ano bang pwede ibigay ng IECEP to the membership? First and foremost, we have to give excellent services for our members. And what are those? One of those, talagang pag may kailangan sila, pag may tatawagan sila, kailangan may sumagot sa kanila and all of that with all the information. Along with our publication committee, we have a very dynamic, responsive, colorful, official FB page of National IECEP this time. And this is one of the things na we need to carry out in 2021. Yun pong mga gusto nating gawin noon pa, gawin po natin ngayon with the creation of the special committee and of course tapping with our experts and tapping our local and national. Dispersed po masyado ang membership ng ating committee because we were invoking bayanihan spirit and we are invoking cooperation in this time of 2021. Okay, I have few last direction na gustong mangyari. I want at this 2021, we are ready to rationalize policies by constitution and bylaws revision. And now, it is incumbent upon us that we in the board of IECEP has to address the incremental changes and the changes we need. The leadership is fully aware that we cannot change or rehabilitate our organization overnight. However, our organization has evolved. Has evolved, and our constitution and bylaws is no longer responsive to the way we operate, and our organization have grown tremendously. So the Constitution and Bylaws Committee shall be responsible for the revision and for resolving any other issues pertaining to the Constitution and bylaws of the organization. And we put our trust to the Advisory Council. Mostly, majority of the membership of the Constitution and bylaws are our former presidents. Andun po sila lahat, of course, with the new members, with our attorney, lawyer, and some representative from foreign chapter to integrate all our apprehension, all our observation that we need to tally, and we need to contribute, and we need to integrate in our constitution and bylaws. We have mid-year convention this somewhere in May and June, and that would be a simple mid-year convention, because we have the best. We made a historic EAGM in November 2020. The purpose, the very meat of our mid-year convention is to call the attention and the attendance of the general membership for us to approve, for us to critique, and for us to see what is new in our CBL, for our CBL to be responsive the way we operate in our organization, because we have so many members and have grown tremendously. So I am encouraging everyone to please, we have to trust the process. It will undergo process. This is not an overnight job of our committee to balay and to perfect the constitution and bylaws for our membership. But I am begging you to please, we have to trust the process. Secure adequate financial resources to support the national board efforts. Inasmuch as we want to improve our services, we want to improve our operation, because we are vast already. Malaki na po tayo, and we are being challenged to be the forefront of technology, leveraging the telecommunication and challenging with all these things. We have to provide excellent services to our members, and of course with the external plans to associate and engage to many worthwhile projects. This is our time. Pandemic, this is unprecedented, and this is continue to be, to be unprecedented and continue to, hindi natin alam anong mangyayari bukas, and much of our resources was being diverted to many of the projects that the government is prioritizing, and that is about to address our health condition. Okay, as an organization, okay, Michelle, as a president, how do you secure financial resources to support the board efforts? And this is our challenge. I am so happy that the committee on portal and website, headed by Engineer Lyle Villas, with a membership of sila Sir Jetro, sila Jigs, and all of that. Amazing proposal. Meron na pong mga proposal kung paano tayo kukuha ng financial resources to support our national board of efforts. And one of the thing is to increase our membership kasi matagal na po ito. So ngayon, we will materialize if the general membership will allow that, you will allow to be implemented. So IECEP National is envisioning, we envision the IECEP Bigger Home Project. This time, and I am so transparent with this. This time, we need to raise additional funds. And this is not funds now, we just need thousands of pesos and all of that. We need millions of money for the implementation of such project. The committee was being in place and the mechanism as well. We have the 5 million. The 5 million was being transferred to the IECEP Inc. And that is part of the vision of the IECEP to build this bigger home project, to house our professional and to house all our activities as one IECEP. We have the committee. Ito yung sabi ko. This is also chaired by our former president, members of former president. Meron na po itong mga initial plan. What we need is the courage. We need this commitment, because this time, sabi ko, anong mangyayari sa 5 million na yan with the additional from the general membership fund? Perhaps we can have that lot. Kasi nga yung lot pa nga wala pa. So this is really a challenge for this administration. How to materialize things, yung mga pending, yung mga unfinished natin, yung na start na po natin, pero hindi lang natin na-sustain because of so many reasons, external and internal reasons. So, to all our foreign chapters, i-address ko ito sa inyo. In as much as we want to improve our operation, we need to raise additional funds for the implementation of such project. Foreign chapter po, nagpaparinig ang presidente nyo. Ito tayong last. Raise national and international profile of IECEP through scholarly publication and engagement and research. We cannot sustain. We are professional by nature. Professional, ECE, doctors, MS, master's graduate, we are not supposed to be the users of knowledge. We are supposed to be the creator of knowledge, and that is the mandate of being a professional. If you want to raise the bar, raise the reputation of our organization, we really have to involve ourselves in many scholarly publication and engage in research, because 40% of the general membership of IECEP nasa academe po. Itong mga academe po ito, and we have created, I even created and approved the suggestions of many to create a special committee to look into this for the publication, for our research engagement, because we want to be known to the world, so we have to engage international research locally and abroad po. So as an academician, this is really a challenge to all of us. This is our window to international community, because research, only through research, not even the CSR, the corporate social responsibility programs and activities, is tailored fit to our community local. And it's so hypocrite na sasabihin natin mag-extend tayo ng CSR natin worldwide, global. Pero ito po, yung mga publication natin and our engagement and research with our junior ECE. Doon pa lang po sa mga students, going up, cascaded up to the professional level. If we want to raise the bar, we have to really support the implementation of our scholarly publication and our engagement in research. Is this the last?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Kadami, no? Kadaming sinet ni ma'am. Kaya yun ni ma'am? Okay. We will face the challenges. At least may plano tayo and we have targets. Yun ang importante po. We will confront hardships. But we will get the job done if we will work it together. Finally, we must think big and dream even bigger. In a professional organization, we understand that an organization is only living as long as it is thriving. We will no longer accept excuses who are all talk and no action, constantly complaining, but never doing anything about it. The time for empty talk perhaps is over. Please lang, nakikiusap po ako. You really have to help me with this direction, with these plans and activities. Now arrives the hour of action, and we will take advantage of the situation. We have to save money, a lot of money for our travel, for the conduct of our meetings, seeing together, travel from one place to another place, just to convene ourselves for that particular agenda, for that particular meeting. But this time, no. And this is the best thing that ever happened to COVID-19. We're able to achieve our plans, our meetings, and all our undertakings, even without the expense of any single centavo. So we have to plan out this time. And do not allow anyone, this is really a challenge, my mantra for myself. I never allow anyone to tell me that, Michelle, you cannot do that. And it cannot be done because that is impossible. No challenge can match the heart and fight the spirit of voluntarism. Po, sabihin ko sa inyo, the membership of our committees, very wide po yung dissemination and all of that. We will invoke and we will sustain that because together we stand, but divided we fall. We will not fail, definitely. We will not fail if we fight the spirit of voluntarism. Our organization will thrive and prosper. Hear us out from the bottom of our hearts, from the board of directors and the national officers, for us to move forward. Take a measure of me and my heart and my promise. So with purpose and resolve, I like this. With purpose and resolve, we turn those tasks of our time. We have to sustain by faith, driven by conviction, and devoted to one another and the organization we love with all our hearts. May God bless IECEP and God protect us all. Mabuhay po ang mga electronics engineers. Mabuhay po ang IECEP. Mabuhay tayong lahat. Salamat po.
Maraming salamat po to our Madam President. What a moving and a profound speech coming from no less than the woman of the hour, our new president, again, Dr. Michelle D. Lawas in flesh. All right, Ma'am Michelle, my boss, our new president. Madam, please accept our warm congratulations on this victory and our best wishes for your success as you prepare to take up the responsibility and the challenges of your high office. And of course, as you embark on your new responsibilities along with the other 10 newly inducted officials, we would like to assure you, coming from the point of view of a governor or a chapter officer, and I'm sure our members as well would share the same, we assure you of our continued support and cooperation. Mabuhay po kayo, Madam President. Maraming salamat po once again. Let's give a virtual applause to our new president and our national officers as well. All right, Ma'am Michelle, can you please stay put and be in the spotlight right about now? And of course, the formal succession officially happened from Engineer Christian Miquiabas right along to our new president, Dr. Michelle D. Lawas. But syempre, we cannot do away without recognizing the leadership for 2 terms that Engineer Mikyabas did for the organization. And of course, to award that leadership award, may I call on once again, oh, she's in the spotlight right now. May I call on once again Dr. Michelle Lawas to award the plaque for our outgoing president, Engineer Christian Lear F. Mikyabas. Let me just share the screen, ma'am. One moment, please.
One term Ramantan, ha?
One term? Oh, sorry. I stand corrected, sir. But nevertheless, it's a great feat, sir. Thank you po. Go ahead, Ma'am Michelle.
Okay, but before I will award this leadership award, I am so sorry I forgot to mention President Imperial. President Imperial is on board and thank you so much for your presence, ma'am. Bakit ba nawala yung nawala yung kopya ko doon? But Ma'am May, thank you so much for all your support and of course your representation to the Commission on Higher Education and for the PTC undertakings representing IECEP as an organization. Thank you so much for that, ma'am. I'm so sorry I was not able to mention you during the preliminaries and during my early recognition to all our members. And before that, I will also like to mention, to especially thank our DICT Undersecretary, a good friend of mine, Alan Silor, for being an inspiration, sir. And we look forward for your support as a DICT, as an agency, that will help out the programs and of course the ECE code and all of that for our organization. Thank you so much for your time, for sparing your time and precious and all of that. Sir, thank you so much. And of course, si Sir Kaloy will be the one to induct me, supposed to be, but it's hindi maganda ata yun. Very intermittent yung connection niya with all of that. Sir Hernan, thank you so much for yung tinanggap mo talaga yung gusto ko na you want to be the presenter of our inducting officer. And of course, Sir Melvin, being the nomination chairman, it is under your terrain to present all of us in the national in 2021. Of course, Sir Kaloy, the rationale behind why is it that the Board of Canvasser chairman must introduce the incoming president because of his capacity as the chairman of the Board of Canvasser 2020. Siya po kasi yung nagde-declare, siya yung nakakakita kung sino yung nananalo doon sa portal and with all of that. So with that, thank you so much for your time. Yung mga inimbita ko po, honored guests, yung mga natin, yung mga kaibigan natin from foreign, and all, of course, all our governors. So with that, I would like to award this leadership award. Institute of Electronics Engineers of the Philippines, Incorporated, awards this leadership award, a plaque, and presented to Engineer Christian Lear Mikyabas, PECE, in grateful acknowledgement and appreciation, in grateful acknowledgement and appreciation of his dynamic leadership, inspirations, and dedication in the performance of his duty as 2020 National President. Given this 30th day of January 2021 during the IECEP National oath-taking ceremony and turnover ceremony of the IECEP National Board of Directors, signed by yours truly. Congratulations and thank you so much for your guidance. I will now call you the immediate former president of IECEP and National. Thank you so much, Pre Christian.
Thank you, President Michelle and the rest of the officers and BoD 2021. Thank you so much.
Thank you once again, Doc Michelle, and of course, our immediate past president, Engineer Christian Lear F. Mikyabas. Kudos po to the both of you for being great leaders, and you are really ushering forward IECEP and we will be triumphing our mission and vision and goals and materializing all of those in the coming years. All right, so we are actually just about to, or I think we're almost done with our program. But of course, we cannot end this without hearing an inspiring and a moving speech coming from the chairman of the Board of Electronics Engineering. Please help me welcome and let us give a virtual applause to Honorable Dr. Alnar L. Detalia for the inspirational message addressed to our national officers and of course to the membership in general. Sir?
Well, good afternoon to all of us. Good morning, probably, to other members located in other part of the world. Again, my congratulations to the new sets of officers and directors, and also many thanks for leading the organization, Christian, for a year. It's a quiet it's quite a good. You have a good achievement during your time, and there are lots of accomplishments also. And also my commendation to the officers, current officers, for their courage of considering a lot of programs, as what Michelle presented a while ago. They courageously presented this program, and with high hopes that all of this can be accomplished, maybe within your term or probably beyond your terms, but at least it's going to be started within your term, no? So thank you for your courage, all of you, the officers of IECEP. Now, probably I just want to share this some notes about the rule of IECEP, and most of this probably was being presented a while ago by Michelle, but let me reiterate this thing in a way that I organize it. No? So the rule of IECEP. No? I have 3 points here with regards to the rule of IECEP. Number 1 is strengthen the practice of profession. Okay. And number 2 is equip or update the competency of practicing electronics professionals. That's number 2. And number 3, promote the electronics engineering programs to the incoming college students. No? So those are the 3 points that I'd like to emphasize in as far as the rule of IECEP is concerned. Now, let me elaborate each of the 3 one by one. No? So first, strengthening the practice of profession. Okay? So alam naman natin na mga professionals natin are looking for opportunities to really practice the profession. Okay? So that is why one of the rule of IECEP is really to expand, no, or make as many as possible opportunities for our engineers to practice their profession. So how are we going to do that? No? Of course, first thing is we'd like to coordinate with LGUs to fully implement the RA 9292. In doing so, it can create a lot of opportunities for our electronics professionals. And we've been doing this. Previous administration did this, but hopefully we continue to do this and enhance the coordination so that the opportunities for our professionals will expand. So dadaming magkaroon ng trabaho by doing this. Another thing, how to strengthen the practice of profession. This is a challenge to all of us. So the second is how to strengthen. Number 2 is draft bills, proposed bills. So this is the challenge now to the legislative committee of your administration, Michelle. No? So draft bills related to the practice of profession. Now, it was already started in the previous administration. Mayroon tayong na draft na CCTV code. Na? Hopefully within the year or second or first quarter of the year, we can fully adapt that so that it can be fully used by our practicing professionals. But not only that, at least if I may target conservative target na lang siguro for you, no, during your administration, at least man lang during your term, at least, no, at least sinabi ko at least, no, at least one bill na pwede nating ma-endorse sa Congress for making it into law, no. Just to give an example, probably we can draft a bill that make use of the CCTV code. Okay? So that's one possible initiative natin, no? I remember last year we attended the Congress hearing regarding the proposed bill in Congress mandating proper installation and maintenance of overhead electric supply, communication lines, structures by all electric cable and telecommunication companies. No? So I guess many of you are already aware of this. No? But mind you, the proponent of this bill is hindi tayo, yung electrical group. Okay? And they are making use of electrical code. Okay? So, in fact, palagay ko, in my own opinion, nakulang pa yung involvement natin with that participation natin with that particular with that particular bill, no? Although hindi pa siya na-approve, it's going to be up at the plenary. But then, what I'm trying to say here is that the electrical group are very active, no? So dapat maging active din tayo on this part, no? So let's try to think of a possible bill na pwede natong ma-draft, no? Target lang tayo kahit isa lang, no? We have a champion at the Congress in the person of Congressman Rufus Rodriguez, so probably he can help us. So yun, no? At least isa lang, no? Pwedeng more than one, but at least mayroon tayong target, no? So those are the ways of strengthening the practice of profession. Okay? Coordinate with LGU. In that way, dadami yung opportunities to practice the profession. So dadami yung makapag-practice sa profession natin. No? And then another thing is that draft bills related to the practice of profession. So if there are many practitioners, eventually ma-promote na yung profession natin. So mag-cascade na yon. Okay? If there are many professionals practicing the profession, ma-promote din yung profession natin. Okay. So so I'll proceed to the second point, no? Equipping or updating the competency of our electronics professionals. Of course, related to sa number one, kasi kung dadami na yung opportunity to practice, kailangan din nating i-equip yung professionals natin so that they can effectively practice the profession. Paano? So dito na yung papasok yung strengthening the delivery of quality CPD program. So yun din yung maging role nyo, no? As accredited CPD providers. Making sure that the enhancement of the delivery of quality CPD programs. Another thing is that establishment of specialized group to align with career progression and specialization program of PRC. So this has been a long challenge given to IECEP before, and then this was already institutionalized by PRC. Itong career progression and specialization program natin, it can help equip the competency of our electronics professionals. So number two, in order to accomplish number two, let me repeat, strengthen the delivery of quality CPD program and then the establishment of specialized group. Then I'll proceed to number 3. Number 3, promote the ECE programs to the incoming college students. This was also mentioned by Michelle a while ago, but I'll give some possible strategy on how to do this. No, I've been mentioning this one in my talk, a previous talk to foreign chapters, but then let me reiterate it. How to promote effectively? Foreign chapters will partner local chapters. Kasi si foreign chapters hindi sila makapromote doon ng ng electronics engineering programs, no? So, paano sila makatulong dito sa promotion natin dito sa Pilipinas, no? Foreign chapters can create or develop videos, promotional videos. Sino yung bida doon sa mga videos? Sila, yung foreign professionals natin, no? Highlighting their best practices abroad. And in that way, it can create big impact to our incoming students. Kung ipapalabas natin, ano yung role ng local chapters? Sila yung mag-present, magdala ng mga videos to our local secondary schools and DepEd schools, no? Okay? So, yun ang pwede nating gawin. Okay? So, those are the rules of IECEP that we need to think of, no? So another thing that I like to emphasize, siguro ito yung immediate concern namin sa PRC. Okay? This quite a new development. I don't know if I call it in development, but this is immediate concern that we need to address. This is not related to inspirational talk, no? This is an information that we need to address with the help of IECEP. As we all know, IATF allows the conduct of examination from January to March. Okay? So wala pang advisory for April onwards. Okay? But the thing is, like mechanical engineering profession, they decided to cancel the conduct of the licensure exam for mechanical engineering. And this is a serious thing that we need to address. No? Another thing, I'm not sure about it, but I heard that architecture also is canceling. No, I'm not sure about that. What I'm sure is yung mechanical engineering. And then yung schedule ng exam natin is the middle of April. Okay? After our scheduled exam, the electrical na naman, no? Sila yung sunod na mag-i-exam after us. But the thing is, electrical also is considering it, hindi ko na lang siguro pangunahan, but they are already conducting a public consultation with regards to that issue, whether to cancel the April exam or not. Okay? So, kung titingnan natin, itong electrical na nakaschedule after us, considering that particular decision, so we will also pressured na mag-conduct din tayo ng public consultation with regards to that. Sila nga na yung schedule nila is after us nag-conduct ng public consultation, so might as well tayo rin na schedule earlier, we're planning to conduct public consultation with regards to that particular issue. ASAP. Bakit ASAP? Kasi if we decide to cancel the exam, at least mayroon pang time yung mga incoming takers natin to prepare or to make adjustment. Okay? So ganyan lang, yan lang siguro yung I'd like to ask your cooperation on this probably within next week. Can we arrange a possible consultation with regards to this immediate issue that we need to address? So yun lang yung appeal namin sa board. Siguro by next week, memo will be out for that particular issue to address. So yun lang. Yung part ko is I hope that you were na-inspire kayo with the rules that I've given, and also with the report that immediate concern that we need to address that was given. So thank you very much, and again my congratulations to all of you, new sets of officers, and also to all the members of IECEP. Let's unite and support this new set of officers with high expectation that a lot of accomplishment will be accomplished within the term. Thank you very much, and good day to all of us. Keep safe and stay healthy.
Thank you very much, Honorable Engineer Detalia, for, of course, highlighting significant points that were discussed earlier by our Madam President, for the advices, and for the challenge addressed to our new set of officers as well. And of course, for the inspiration and the encouragement to not only the officers, but to the general membership as a whole. So, sir, our gratitude for the perennial and undying support to IECEP Incorporated. Mabuhay po kayo, and along with your members of the Board of Electronics Engineering, si Engineer Enrico Clar del Moro, and of course, our charging officer earlier, Engineer Arminio Orbe. Thank you so much to the three of you for always supporting the organization. Ayan po. So anyway, I think we are actually about to end the program. But before we do that, Dr. Detalia, please accept this certificate of appreciation that IECEP is bestowing upon you. And I'm going to be reading it in behalf of IECEP Incorporated. This certificate of appreciation is given to Dr. Alnar L. Detalia in grateful recognition and profound appreciation of his important role as guest speaker during the oath-taking and turnover ceremony of 2021 IECEP National Officers, given this 30th day of January 2021. Signed by the President, Michelle D. Lawas, PECE, Doctor of Engineering.
Thank you very much for inviting the board to this particular momentous occasion.
You're very welcome, sir. All right, and of course, every journey has its end, and as they say, every path does stop somewhere, and all good things must come to an end. And I know we would like to extend it, but we don't want to lengthen it any further as well, because we do not want to take away your precious family time and your days off as well. And to formally close our oath-taking and turnover ceremony, I would like to hand you over to our IECEP National Vice President External, Engineer Ulrich Lee F. Oy. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Governor Tanya. So nice to hear your voice again. Thank you for everyone. No? Thank you for... It is a pleasure being with you all today. In fact, it's more of an honor and a privilege to be among such accomplished professionals in the organization. I would like to reiterate some of the key takeaways of we have so many speakers for today, no? In fact, it was Engineer Orbe who mentioned that as he charged the incoming, the current set of officers, are we ready to serve? Are we ready to serve, to lead the organization? In the same manner, it's like asking ourselves, are we ready to mature together as our organization matures naturally? When we talk about maturity, it does not mean finger pointing, but rather to rise up and respond in a mature way to the challenges of time. Maturity does not mean taking recognition of the achievements and milestones of the organization. No, no. But rather to encourage others to become leaders and better members of the organization. Again, as reiterated by Engineer Orbi earlier, he said, to serve IECEP means involvement and commitment. So I hope this will be a mantra that should be shared by everyone in IECEP. To be involved and committed to support the programs and projects of our beloved IECEP. Again, as advised by our inducting officer, no, a good friend of mine, Yusek Silor, also a fellow Bisayan, no? We need to put our acts together, put behind individual differences, and put the welfare of the general membership first. Also mentioned by our immediate past president now, former president, no? Engineer Mickey Abbas. There are still things, there are so much things to do that's left there. No, we hope all the things that we need to be done will be covered by the new set of officers. This is also emphasized again earlier by our BECE chair, Dr. Italia, that we need to draft and endorse more related bills relative to the practice of our profession. So all in all, we need the support. We need each and everyone's support, all the more. So on behalf of the current board of directors and the new set of officers, we look forward to working and collaborating with each and every one of you in whatever capacity circumstances may allow in this challenging time. Together, let's cultivate further the spirit of bayanihan and face head-on the obstacles the year may bring. We know that the pandemic's still here, but we need to push forward. I was reading to the chat earlier, somebody mentioned our organization is roughly around 80,000. And we need funds for our IECEP, buy IECEP a bigger, better home. He mentioned there were 80,000. Even if we'll just target around 50%, 40,000. If each one of that 40,000 will just contribute 1,000 pesos, that will amount to around 40 million. I think that is something that is we can work on. We need to explore that line of thought. So together, let's ensure that the executive agenda is stipulated by our Madam President, Dr. Michelle Lawas, will be realized and achieved this year. And let's nurture the culture of collaboration, as there is no such thing as a monopoly of leadership. There's no one man in the organization who can truly say that it is because of me, or because of him, or because of her that such milestones were achieved. No, no, no. It's everyone's contribution. Let's cultivate that culture of collaboration. Again, on behalf of the current board of directors, together with the national executive officers, let's officially close this induction ceremony with this mantra. Basta IECEP, otog pirmi. Basta IECEP, otog always. Basta IECEP, one team, one goal, always. So again, thank you for your patience. Grabe katawa ni Ma'am Guptanya. And have a blessed weekend to one and all. Mabuhay ang IECEP. Mabuhay. Thank you.
All right, what a perfect way to end this afternoon ceremony. Maraming salamat po once again, Engineer. Oh yes, I agree. One team, one goal, one IECEP. Okay, and that wraps up the induction ceremony. But before we totally close our event, we would like to thank the help of our Soxygen technical team headed by Engineer Earl June Heraldez, and of course with his members, Engineer Raya Marie Palma Cordova, and Engineer VJ Espuerta. We would also like to especially mention the assistance of Engineer Lyle Anthony Joel Villas for his aid and help in the conferencing platform that we are using right now. So congratulations once again to our new set of officers and board of directors. Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng guests for joining us this afternoon, and thank you as well to our viewers on Facebook. We hope to see you again in IECEP's future events. So this has been your host. This is Tanya. Be safe and enjoy the rest of your day. Mabuhay ang IECEP. Thank you po.
Thank you.